So we've just cut out one of the 8mm sections, and that's the bit that was flat. Look at that. Welcome everyone to this week's Day in the Life of a Gas Engineer video. I'm looking a little bit tan because I'm back from Turkey and I'm actually going to be at Installer Show. Well, I've been there today, I've been there yesterday, I'll be there tomorrow. So I actually hope that few people watch this video because I'm hoping that you guys are actually coming to Installer Show so I can meet you guys in person, have a little chat and have a little catch up with you guys. If I've seen you, then it's been great to meet you. If I haven't seen you, I'm still going to be here tomorrow. I'm on the ECA stand, so if you're in the area, if you're coming down to Installer Show, come down and say hi. And if you are watching this, then that means you're not at the Plumber Social event, so shame on you. But all jokes aside, I hope you guys enjoyed this week's video. As always, please hit the subscribe button, please hit the like button and the little bell button, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Have a good one. How are we doing, everyone? So today's job, I've got to assist a good friend of mine, Adam Goldman, Plumbing on Demand. He's done an install a couple of weeks ago and there was been some issues with the circulation. They did do a magma cleanse on it, but part of the system was piped in microbore and they're still not getting proper circulation around it. So I'm here today to give him a hand, repipe the rest of it in 15mm and then do a full power flush and try and get the system running as sweet as possible. So let's go inside and have a look and see what's going on. Okay, so I'm working with Mr. Goldman today. And this is the boiler that he put in a couple of weeks ago. And they've been having some issues with the circulation. So there's this manifold that's coming up here and that's been feeding off some of the other radiators. The manifold has been capped off in certain areas. So which radiators did you repipe?
Three upstairs, not the tower, just three upstairs, which is plastics.
Yeah.
Going through and they're working like an absolute dream.
Yeah.
And downstairs are working, but there's a restriction on downstairs hall, which is still coming off this manifold, which is
so
two 8mm ones.
These two 8mm pipes. That's the two 8mm pipes coming from here, coming round from there, and then that's dropping down to a radiator. So the plan for us today is we want to get rid of this manifold altogether.
So cut that end, cut and cut that end. This will come out. The tail rails off these two 8mm, we're going to try and budge those over to the 15s, and then the two 8mm over there, we're going to run new and 15 down there, and then join on to the plastic 15s.
Probably somewhere here, or we haven't got two T's here, so somewhere like that. We're going to join on to it so that the radiators downstairs are all running in 15. The only tricky one is the tail rail there because. Or is it these two 8mm feeds, isn't it? So we've got these two 8mm feeds, which we're going to try and lift up on other sections of the floorboard there to see if we can find if it's going up in 15, because the towel rail, oh, I don't want to slip on that. They're coming up in 15 through the wall, but we don't know which way the pipe's running, if it's in the wall and dropping down or where it's upsizing. So that's the plan. We're going to try and see if we can get it up to 15 as far as possible, as far as physically possible, without causing too much disruption and damage. Once we've done that, then we'll do a power flush on it, and hopefully that should sort out the rest of the heating issues.
Moving as if it's been up before.
Yeah.
The issue I've got is they may have run it literally because it's 8mm right in the joists. So you've got to be very careful with it.
So if you can, how far back, where's the next joint? Can you lift the whole floorboard up?
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, I can.
Oh yeah, it's just there.
So we'll lift there, so we'll just cut there.
Yeah.
Fine, so actually fact, I'll get that there. Oh.
Yeah, that'll come up all together.
Funny thing is, I hardly even cut this. There we go.
Sweet.
That is probably why.
It's squashed. Oh, wow.
It's been like that for years.
Okay. Careful with that one. Is that going to come out or not?
Oh, it's completely squashed.
Oh, no wonder. Right, I found the problem with the tower rail feed. Look at that. So where that floorboard's been sitting on it, it's just completely flat on the copper pipe. So there's absolutely, yeah, look, that's flat as a bloody pancake there. So no wonder that tower rail's not getting any heat to it. Doesn't help firstly that it's 8mm, and doesn't help even more that it's all been completely flattened. So now we've got the struggle of trying to get this board out because it looks like it's going underneath that tile. Yeah, see, that's starting to move. So we need to try and see how far we can get to try and sort this bit of pipework out. Right, Adam's got more of the floorboard up, and now we can see here. So if we lift that up, that is, I can literally just put my fingers together on that, completely flattened. Now we can't get underneath there to repipe it in 15 because it's going underneath the tiles. So we're going to do the best that we can with the situation that we've got. So we're going to have to cut these two, reduce these or upsize these to 15mm, bring it through here. And then, Adam, where do you say we want to connect onto?
Just these two there.
These two 15mm feeds here. So flow is going to come from here, manifold is going to go, and our flows are going to go across that way, cut a T into there, come across 15mm T's, 50mm T's, run, and then onto those 8mm feeds, because yeah, we can't do anything with the pipework under the tiles, unfortunately. But yeah, at least we found one of the main reasons for the blockage. So we've just cut out one of the 8mm sections, and that's the bit that was flat. Look at that. Compared to, we know 8mm is small enough as it is, but look at just how much that was flattened. Don't know if you'll be able to see through this in the camera, but you can just about see a little bit of light through it, which is basically just this section here. But the rest of it was completely flattened. So hopefully once we upsize this to 15mm, that should get this tower rail working again. Here we go. So the manifold's all been cut out now, and we've cut the two feeds for the 8mm, put compression to 15 on there. This is the old tower rail feed coming underneath there, so we're going to get rid of that. There was a T going from here, and it was connecting onto the manifold somewhere here. So what we've done, rather than keeping that and then capping one part of the manifold, we basically just cut the 22 out there and going to bring that straight into this 15. So that will carry on the, what's that, the return or that the flow? One or the other, flow. And then that's the return circuit that was coming off the manifold. So just cut that and cap that there. So once we've done this, we're then going to try and sort out these two heating feeds. That's going to be a little bit tricky because we've got to go down through the coving, cut a little section, then try and bring two 15mm feeds down in there. So Adam's just going to get this onto there. So there was this basically coming out of there before, but there's no point having another joint on there. So we're just taking that out and just running a fresh bit of poly. That's just going to go bend it down and straight onto that elbow. Progress update. So the tower rail feeds, we've brought them up into 15mm from there. Two poly elbows coming into here and teeing into the heating circuit here. So the tower rail side's done, manifold's been cut out and removed, and now we're going to focus on trying to get the feeds done for that radiator downstairs, which I will show you. Let me just head downstairs and show you where that's coming in. So that is these two 8mm feeds that are coming up from the landing upstairs. So we need to cut a little bit of that coving to be able to get two 15mm pipes up there, bring them into this trunking to feed this radiator. Adam's gonna do some work for once.
With one leg.
With one leg, peg-legged. And yeah, look, that's the manifold. It's all been cut. Oh, a bit of water in there. But yeah, that's a nice bit of scrap. Right, let's crack on. Right, so we made the little hole a little bit bigger, and we managed to get two 15mm poly feeds through there where the old 8mm was going. So that's now coming down. Oh, hi Jake.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. Yeah, so cut out a little bit of the covering there, luckily not too much, and brought the 215 polys down there. Now we're going to just connect back onto this rad. One of us is going to be doing this downstairs, the other one will connect up the pipework upstairs. Once that's connected, we can get the power flush on and start flushing. Okay, so this radiator is all piped up. So from down here, we should just put a poly coupling on, come up here, a couple of poly elbows, and that's going all back up in that trunking. So we'll give that a little wipe down afterwards. But that's all nicely hidden away. And Adam is, hi Jake.
What's happening?
Let's see what Mr. Goldman is doing. So Mr. Goldman, do we catch you with your pants down? He is just sorting out the feeds up here. So that's where the 215 mils are coming up. And he's just got to try and link it into, where we link into?
We're linking into these two here.
Into those two polys there.
Feed that rad, and they come from the original manifold as well.
Sweet. So once that's done, we can then get the power flush machine connected. He's already put a flushing point there on the flow, and on the return, I'll just take the filter off, and I've got the flushing adapter for that. So we'll put the power flush machine straight onto there, isolate the flow and returns under the boiler, and then flush the rest of the system. Right, a bit of a spaghetti junction, but we've had to work with what we've got. So the 215 mil feeds coming up from there, just tee them into the 215 mil feeds here. So all the radiators are now on 15 mil, bar that tower rail, which is on 15 mil up to there, and then still on 8 mil there, because we can't get under the tiles. So now we're gonna pressure test, fill up the system, make sure everything holds, and if it does, we'll then dump the pressure back out again and get the power flush machine connected and get that running. So the boiler's back up to pressure. We've turned on the heating demand just to pressure test it and also test it under heat, because I don't know if any of you guys have had this, but sometimes when the system's cold it's fine, but it obviously expands under heat, and then you can sometimes get leaks or from pipe expansion. So we're going to let the heating run for a bit. We haven't bled all the radiators because we're going to be flushing it anyway, but we just want to make sure that the pipe work. I mean, I'm already feeling heat coming to there. So we've already got good circulation. That cap's okay, that's not leaking. These two compression joints, they're okay, they're not leaking. So we've got any heat? Yep. So got heat on this top one, so that's our flow. No, sorry, that's our flow. Heat on the bottom one. Yeah, that's getting hot already. So that tower rail should get nice and toasty. Once we've done the power flush, I'll go around with the thermal imaging camera to make sure everything's getting nice and hot, but that's all good. Boiler's fired up, it's not overheating, so it's purged itself out. We're gonna have a bit of lunch, put the floors down, and then get the power flush set up and give this a flush. It's already had a Magna Cleanse flush already, and we've just cut out that bit of pipework there. So most of the pipework upstairs are all pretty much new, isn't it?
Yeah.
Majority of it.
All three rads are absolutely perfectly set.
Yeah.
Just this tail rail, but as we saw, the pipe was crushed.
Yeah.
Which is no good, but new pipe hopefully does the job. And 12 o'clock, we'll be out here by 12:30 with the power flush, won't we? 15-minute power flush will do the job.
Turn it on, let it run around, tap on a few pipes, knock a few radiators.
Code or something like that, get it circulating, job done.
That's it. Yeah, you know, we do it properly. Okay, yeah, let's have a bit of lunch, get these floors down, and then set up the power flush machine, and we'll see how that comes out. Power flush is on, so I've used the glow-on filter adapter on there, capped one side off, and the other side, Adam had put a compression cap on there, so just took that off, and my adapters have gone straight onto there. Magnets, power flush machine, so that's now, it's dropped to about 40 degrees. So we're just going to let it circulate for a little while. Adam and Jake have gone to get some lunch, and I've got the power flush machine set up. We'll let it circulate for a while whilst we're out for lunch. Remember, it's already had a Magna Cleanse done already, so there was already chemical and inhibitor circulating in it from before. So it shouldn't be too dirty. I mean, the pipes at the moment, the hoses, they're not looking too bad. But we'll find out once we start isolating each radiator. A lot of the pipework here has been renewed already, so I'm not expecting it to be mad dirty. But there's probably going to still be a bit of dirt picked up from where it was reduced down to 8 mil pipework. Let's see how we get on. Okay, so we've finished circulating the upstairs, we're just doing the downstairs. Water quality isn't too bad. I think it looks darker than it actually is because it's just all the radiators upstairs accumulated. The colour of the water coming out the hoses isn't actually that dark, so that's not too bad. So we've done all the upstairs ones, and we're just doing downstairs. So we just started now on the hallway. This radiator was struggling to get heat to it, like all the time. But even when we just had the boiler on and it was running, this will start getting roasting hot. And now even with the power flush machine, because it's the thermal one, it's pumping heat through the radiator, and that at the bottom, I'm struggling to keep my hand on it. So definitely got better flow with it now that we've got 15mm pipes going to it. So we've got 7 radiators downstairs, going to give them a flush. And whilst we're waiting, I'm going to try and catch a bit of a tan. Right, we've finished recirculating all of the radiators. I'm not expecting this to be too bad, to be fair. What do you reckon?
I think it's going to be bad. What do you reckon?
I don't think it's going to be that bad. You can usually tell by the weight if it doesn't feel that heavy. Yeah. That's actually like what I would expect off a combi swap anyway. Yeah. Not a terrible amount, but still enough to be able to say that it was worth doing. Right, let's clean those off and start dumping. Okay, so we're just testing all the heat. We've had to do a bit of balancing because problem is where this whole system is on 15mm, it doesn't help. So the radiators will struggle. This one especially was struggling. So we've really had to do a bit of balancing to try and get them all on. So we've finally got that one. What have I done? I've actually turned that one down at the moment because this one was nicking all the heat. So I've turned it down to number 2 on the TRV for now. That one's hot. 54, 55 degrees. There's one back here. So yeah, I've got heat coming into there as well. And then the kitchen one, that's getting heat to it as well. So that one, like I said, I've turned it down at the moment because it was nicking all the heat. So that's why you can't really see a heat signature on there at the moment. But the rest of these downstairs, they're now heating up fairly evenly. Let's have a quick walk around upstairs as well. So this is the problem when the system's not been piped in the correct size pipework, you have problems with circulation. So it doesn't matter, you can only do so much because if you haven't got the flow going through it, the heat's going to take the path of least resistance, which at the moment for it is upstairs, because where we've cut that manifold out now, we don't know if there's any more 8mm going to any of the other radiators downstairs. We know that everything upstairs is on 15mm, and for the boiler, that's the path of least resistance. So it's going to be going to everywhere upstairs first. So the towel roll, I think it's because of the chrome, it doesn't, yeah, I can't keep my hand on that, but I think because of the chrome, it reflects the heat, so you can't see it on there for some reason. But upstairs, yeah, heat's starting to come through. Again, we've only cracked these and we've turned them down, but they are getting warm. Yeah. So everything's getting warm. It's the best that we can do with the way the system's been piped without having to do a full repipe. It is what it is. Where's the boss man? Oh, he's outside.
Hello.
Oh no, that's not the boss man. The boss man is here.
Boss man is here.
You happy?
I'm happy if you're happy.
I wouldn't say I'm happy. I'd say it's the best that we can do with the system that we've got.
Especially with, it's gone now, but all the debris that came out.
Yeah.
The microbore manifold was crazy.
Yeah, there was a lot of muck that came out of that manifold. But yeah, it just goes to show. I think it's a combination of there was dirt in the system, plus it's not been piped in the correct pipe size.
Yes.
Ideally. So that's why upstairs is nicking all the heat, because it's the easiest path for the heat to go.
It's the only boiler's upstairs, so that's the way it's going.
Yeah.
But what you don't know is all that debris was actually in Shiraz's lunch.
Jake, say bye.
See you later.